Hi guys! So I've been here for about 2 months and I thought that it's probably time that I make a video about my job here. I'm custodial at Disney's Hollywood Studios and so far it's a really good job. I like it a lot. A lot of people when they find out that I'm custodial, they feel sorry for me, but I think it's a really good job. I think it's a job where you have a little more freedom but at the same time you know what you need to have done, you know. It's really not as gross as everybody says either. So I guess I'll start by describing the costume. For the Magic Kingdom, the water parks, and the ESPN Wide World of Sports complex, the custodial costumes are all white. And then they have a maroon colored belt and a maroon colored pouch, and then you have the option of wearing a maroon colored hat. For all the other parks, that's Animal Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, and Epcot, for at least right now until they phase them out, they have all white costumes, but they have a blue patch here and then 2 little yellow things here. And with that you get a black belt and a teal pouch, and then you can wear a white hat. They've got baseball caps, some places have visors, and some places have sun hat things, which I like, but I don't really usually wear the hats. So, I mean, the costume could be a lot worse. That's all I have to say about it, really. I mean, there's cuter costumes, obviously, but they're for, themed areas. The point of having the costumes being all white is that we can fit in anywhere. We don't destroy the theming anywhere, and if people need us, they know to look for the white costume, like the all-white costume, that's us. Job responsibilities are divided into 2 main portions, but there's a third one that I'll talk about later. The first one is restrooms. For restrooms, you are assigned a partner, so it'll be a male and a female, and they'll be partners, and they're in charge of a restroom, you know, and respectively the male and female restroom. The females, I have to say, honestly have a harder job because they have to empty the sanitary boxes as well as do the normal responsibilities. But you know, it evens out because the guys also have to usually do the companion restroom, and the girls don't usually have to do that, and a lot of times the guys are really nice and they'll take the girls' trash for them. But the guys also have fewer stalls, so that's another thing that they don't really have to deal with, you know, there's less trash on the floor because there's less stalls, you know. For that job, basically what it is you keep the toilets clean. You know, you wipe them down if there's anything gross on them. You make sure all the products are stocked, that's toilet paper, seat covers, paper towels, soap, everything, you know. You make sure it smells okay. We have a special stuff that we can spray to make it smell nicer. And you just make sure everything is dry. The floors get wet really quick because people dripping their hands everywhere. The sinks get super wet. So, you know, you just have to make sure everything stays clean and dry. The second responsibility is streets, and basically what that is you are assigned a trash run for your shift. If it's just a normal trash run, then you do it at the end, as close to the end of your shift as possible, which means you'll probably start about 2 hours before the end of your shift. But until then, you're just panning and brooming, sweeping along, you know, helping guests out and being where you are needed, you know, in your zone. Then you might be called for a code V or a BBP cleanup, which is if somebody starts bleeding, you have to clean it up and there's a certain procedure and everything. You might also be called to help if somebody needs help in your area. That could even be restrooms. If somebody in a restroom has an overflow, you might be called. You know, just anything like that. The third responsibility is really similar to streets, but you don't have a trash run. It's called support. What you do is you're assigned a zone or 2, and you just pan and broom all your shift. Usually then you are also in charge of, you'll be the one called for code V's more likely than the person that's in that trash run, that has that trash run. You'll also be called to help if people are on their break to keep their bathrooms clean. So support you don't get as often because there's only a few support people each day, but it's something that I also don't really like as much because it gives you less to do. I think my favorite thing to do is restrooms because you have things you have to do, things you have to keep up with, and you know if you're doing it or not. So I guess that's pretty much a description of how everything is. The trainers that I have at Hollywood Studios they were really nice, and all the full-timers there are really nice. I think my favorite part of the job is being around people that I know are not gonna like be exclusive or anything. You know, we all take our break at similar times. They'll have us, half of us take a break at one time and half of us take a break like 15 minutes later. So we always have someone to hang out with. As far as which park I'd rather work in, I really do like Hollywood Studios the best. I've been to the other parks, haven't worked in them, but for Magic Kingdom it's so busy, like it's always messy, and it's not their fault, it's just that it's so busy. So if you're going to request to work at one of those places and you know that you're custodial, don't request Magic Kingdom. And I don't know, Hollywood Studios, Epcot, and Animal Kingdom are all a lot less busy than the Magic Kingdom, but you know, I would suggest Hollywood Studios. It really is, I think, the best. So if you have any other questions about this job or any other job, I'll do my best to get as much information as I can. Until then, I guess I'll see you later. Bye!